I'm here with Ben Hutchinson at the 2025 Melbourne International Flower and Garden Show, standing in his show garden that has recently been awarded silver. And this is a build that you've designed yourself.
Yep.
And built. Your business has built this.
Absolutely.
Talk to me about the design. Obviously, there's a large body of water and a sauna. We don't see that in these builds a lot.
Not often, no. So we decided to call it Between Moments. So I wanted to design a space that you could kind of put in the back of your property where you could get away from the craziness of life for a little bit of mental and physical rejuvenation, relaxation. So yeah, we've got the beautiful sauna and the plunge pool here for that hot cold therapy, and then you're just surrounded by a natural bushscape, with a lot of softer plantings, more than you would normally find in a native garden, just to keep with that calmness and peace.
There's a ladder into this pond.
Yes.
Obviously, that in a traditional landscape, this would be a swimming quality water,
absolutely,
but natural.
Yes.
Yep. And that's something that you do in your business.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah. Most of our projects will have some form of water, whether it's a stream or a small ecosystem pond or a full swim pond. Yeah.
And can you build them with a traditional looking shell, but still natural, or they tend to be?
They tend to be more
pondy,
naturalistic, more pond looking. But yes, you can absolutely build them with a more formal structural shell. Rubber liner is probably the best way to go. But yeah, then you could build block walls or timber walls or however you wanted to build it on the internal.
How do they work? What's actually filtering the water in a traditional sense? Obviously, this might be different, but
no. So with these systems, we use what's called an upflow wetland filter. So on the end where those two spoonbill statues are is where we would normally put it in a traditional build. We're pumping water into the bottom of it and then forcing the water through different grades of gravel and out the top. It acts as a massive biological surface area for a lot of beneficial bacteria to grow. They break down all the waste and the rubbish that gets in the pond to nutrients that the plants can feed on, and then you get your micro invertebrates, macro invertebrates, fish feeding all the way up the food chain.
So
and
it's
the water's
effectively like a natural water hole that you would find
essentially,
in the middle of nowhere.
Yep.
And health benefits, obviously, you're not soaking yourself in chlorines.
Absolutely.
And
you
chemicals.
could go for a swim in this, get out and not need to towel off. You can just sit there and air dry, jump on the lawn we've got on the other side and just dry off.
Very interesting.
Yeah, the water, and they're so lovely to swim in.
So you, before we were on camera, you mentioned that this is your third build.
Yep.
What have you learnt over that period? Obviously, there's the guys we were talking to before, it's their first year.
Yep.
Are you getting better?
I think so.
Yeah.
We got a silver this year, so I'm pretty sharp.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that. So you haven't had a silver previously, so you've been two bronzes?
No, we got nothing the first year.
Wow.
First year we got it, we were pulled in really last minute. We had 6 weeks to pull the garden together. So it was an absolute shambles, but it was loved by everyone. They thought it was great. And then we got a bronze the second year. So
wow. Okay, that's perfect.
So, yeah, it's good.
Which leads me to the question: you obviously have to do one next year.
I won't be doing one next year because it's a very taxing.
Yeah, one off.
Yeah. Maybe give it another couple of years and plan the next one a lot more. Because we pulled this together in about 10 weeks. So
yeah, that's interesting. So did you weren't going to do it, and then?
No, I wasn't. And then we got called in last minute, and I'm like, yeah, right, we'll give it a go. And this is what we pulled together in about 10 weeks.
That's amazing. Because obviously, like we spoke to some other guys that have been planning it for 12 months, and a lot of it was built prior to coming over, and to do this in 10 weeks is remarkable.
Thank you.
So obviously, a build like this, you can't do it on your own.
No.
You've got a team of people that work for you.
Yep.
And then sponsors.
Yeah.
What does that look like? You make the call and just go and eat some stuff?
Yeah, so we asked around and said, and hopefully we could get some stuff. So I started with Heavenly Saunas, and they were gracious enough to loan us this beautiful sauna. Things like the trees came from Botanics. Warner's Nursery supplied a whole heap of things. Aquascape Supplies Australia gave us all the product for the pond. Who else? Karanga Native Nursery gave us some of the plants as well. And then we had Reach Rock Art come in and help us with the pond work as well.
Yeah.
There's probably a heap others that I'm
forgetting,
but
horrible. I know you kind of you try to make sure, and I think like we helped sponsor a garden in a very small capacity. I don't care about the acknowledgement. For me personally, it's nice. I think for a lot of businesses to be able to give back to someone who supports them. Obviously, a lot of these people you're dealing with day to day and you're probably spending money with, so it's great to be able to say thanks. But it's also nice for them to be able to have something to reference, the photos and the video that comes from this, they can share on their socials. And
of course.
So are you looking for work at the moment? Are you in that stage where you can't take anything on?
No, we're not looking for work at the moment, so so
don't contact you.
No, please contact us. That'd be awesome. But no, we've got 3 of these to do, and I'm quoting another 4 at the moment.
And that's really what you're really loving doing at the moment?
So most of the quoting we're getting in at the moment is for a massive ecosystem, ponds and swim ponds. So which is
Do people put fish in them?
absolutely do. Yeah.
And then they'll swim with their fish?
Yeah, regularly.
I can't get that through. I can't deal with that.
No, we try to keep it to native fish as much as possible, but people will put goldfish. They'll put other non-native fish like rosy barbs in. Depending on where you are in the country, New South Wales, they put koi in them.
Yeah, because they're banned in some states.
Every state except for New South Wales and Western Australia.
And you'll build out of Victoria, like you're obviously based here in Melbourne.
Yeah, I probably could. Yeah, I haven't been asked to. But we'll go all over Victoria if we need to. So
yeah,
absolutely.
Really, it is quite calming until a large group of school children come past screaming. Or, I mean, on that though, the fact that they're here is amazing. Like that's the future of this.
Oh, absolutely.
And to be able to see schools bringing people in, I think
definitely
really cool. Well, thank you very much for allowing us to have a look at this.
Thank you.
Congratulations on the silver.
Thank you very much.
I know that when you build something like this, I would be always looking for the best possible result.
Yeah.
But you know, a lot of people probably don't realize the timeline that you had. So to be able to come away with silver is amazing.
Yeah. I'm very, very happy.
We look forward to coming back here in 2 or 3 years when you get your gold and we
Fingers
can come
crossed.
and do another talk. Well, thank you for your time, my friend.
Thank you very much.
All the best.
No worries, you too.